Run.
So Bitcoin's broke out. I just want to show you basically where I think the target is for Bitcoin right now. As you can see, it's hitting resistance. If we zoom out, you can see it's hitting a lot of previous resistance. This is a bit of resistance in Bitcoin up here when it was in this wedge. This is when it was previous all-time high of 42k. So it hit this resistance point and then dropped, as you can see. So it's right now it's quite crucial for Bitcoin, but I wasn't really anticipating this breakout on Bitcoin, and I was scratching my head as to why it's actually broke out, and I think I've discovered it. I'll show you that in a second on the Bitcoin dominance chart. So what's Bitcoin doing right now? Where's it going to go? Where's the price targets for Bitcoin? So this is a high level of resistance just there at 41,000, but I think Bitcoin potentially could top out. I think it's on its way to 40,800 today, and I'll show you why. Yeah, so I think yesterday was trading. We was saying that Bitcoin would bounce around this area. I find it tough to break the resistance. Well, it absolutely smashed it. It just flew through it. So it called something called a bull flag. So if we take that measurement there, the bull flag, and we say that from there to the breakout point, and we measure it from the breakout point of this bull flag, you can see that Bitcoin perfectly lines up with 40,800. So I think that is the top of this resistance run for Bitcoin. It'll probably top out there. So I'm just going to show you something in the Bitcoin dominance chart right now. So this is the Bitcoin dominance chart, and Bitcoin was approaching a very important resistance yesterday, which I completely missed. As you can see, it bounced off this year-long support. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on this support, and if we zoom right in, you'll see that Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, it's bounced off it as support. You can see down here it bouncing off it as support in September, and then it started its run, and then it's obviously consolidated, come back, and then that's been its insane bull run just there. So now it's bouncing off this trend line as resistance. That's why you're seeing a lot of alts bleed against Bitcoin, because the Bitcoin dominance is shooting back up. It's bouncing off its support. The question is, can the Bitcoin dominance continue to go up, or is this just a fake out? Is this just a fake bounce, and then we'll break this support and it will lead to the biggest alt season ever? I mean, the last time we had an alt season was way back in 2017, and you can see it here. So the Bitcoin dominance was going along like this. The Bitcoin was going along like this nicely because there weren't many altcoins interfering with it, and obviously it lost a little bit there, and then more altcoins come into the market like Ethereum, XRP, etc., and start to take off in 2017. As you can see, this led to the alt season, and then Bitcoin bounced a little bit towards the October of 2017, and then we had a massive alt season continuation into January 2018. And then obviously capitulation, and the alts just bled. So the alt, if you was look at the alt dominance market, that would at this point it would have fallen, and then Bitcoin rose up, and it's just been in a yearly long uptrend ever since the Bitcoin dominance. So this is a very, very crucial time for Bitcoin. Right here, right now on the weekly, is Bitcoin going to bounce off his support line, which it has done last night? It did bounce, or is it going to roll over and we're going to have a massive alt season? So what do you guys think? Are we seeing any signs of an alt season? Personally, I think we are, because we've had such a good run up in the alts, especially the DeFi space. I'm half expecting, obviously it's a 50-50 call, but half expecting Bitcoin to roll over at this point. I think possibly, what Bitcoin might be doing now is something like this. It will just go sideways for a bit, pretty much like it has here, have a little bit of an uptrend, might test the previous all-time high, which is at 42k. At that point, Bitcoin might fail and drop down, lose this support, and then alt season begins. So yeah, potentially we're looking at Bitcoin consolidating for a bit, actually having a bit of an uptrend, testing the previous all-time high, which is 42k. From that point, it could possibly roll over and lead to a big alt season. But obviously, this is a very important. This is a very important chart to keep an eye on. I've only just discovered this chart, but I will be using this chart in the future. Absolutely, whenever I see the Bitcoin dominance drop, you can see it's flowing up nicely. So yeah, it's just crunch time for Bitcoin. We'll keep an eye on this chart and see where we go with that. So I'd like to have a look at Link today. So just looking at Link, then you can see that we've been in this uptrend since the December dump down to $8, I think it was, yeah. And ever since that point, we've just been in a nice uptrend with Link. And right now we are hitting critical support here. We need this trend to hold. If we fall out of this trend, then we could see something like this for Link. And at that point, you probably would see Bitcoin fly and BTC dominance fly as well. Yeah, so Chainlink's hitting critical support. We can't afford to lose this trend line. So we're trading in this channel just here, you see. Yeah, so for Chainlink, critical support is roughly, I think the bottom is 23.76. That's where we have a major support for Link. If we lose that and fall out of this trend, then it could be bad news for Link, at least for the next couple of months. So what I'm expecting here for Link is obviously might go down, test this resistance, and then come back up and carry on in this channel. So that's a possibility for Link, so keep an eye on that, guys. We're just looking at Ethereum. So again, looking at Ethereum, you can see that it's got overextended, it's slightly oversold. We just bring up the RSI. You can see in the RSI we've actually formed a hidden divergence. It's a bearish divergence. So we have a lower high and a higher high on the price action, and then we have a higher high and a lower high. And that's a hidden bearish divergence. So basically Ethereum could roll over here, come back down and test this trend line as support and then bounce off it. So that's something to keep an eye on Ethereum, which all lines up with Bitcoin testing the previous all-time high and reclaiming some of that Bitcoin dominance in the dominance chart. So that's a potential play out here for Ethereum, is a drop down to these support levels and then back off to the races. If we opened a short on Ethereum, we went in now, and our target was down here to the support. Set a small stop loss. You're looking at a 14% trade on Ethereum down to its support. So that's a potential play out for Ethereum, guys, given the way the charts are running at the moment. But it's not the end of the world, and these things have to happen. They have to happen in the charts. They have to reclaim and test support. That's Ethereum. Just take a look at 1 inch. You can see that 1 inch is just coming down and it's just testing this as support now, these levels. So again, we'll mark that. You see that 1 inch is just crabbing along at the moment. Hopefully it doesn't lose this support. Otherwise, the next key area of support for 1 inch is this level, which is at $4.80. But again, it's still looking nice for 1 inch. It's just consolidating. Bound to have a correction as it has here. So this would be a good trading zone for 1 inch inside this channel. If it breaks it, you could expect to do some successful swing trades inside this channel. Yeah, so I'm just expecting 1 inch to probably trade within this channel. As you can see, it traded inside there for a bit. So if it falls below this support here, this 524, it'll range in here for a bit before it'll take off again, I think. Again, yeah, you can see that Bitcoin's just tearing it up. So we have a price target up here of 40,800. So that's a key area of resistance there. So keep an eye on that today, guys. If it breaks that, then we will be testing the previous all-time high. The Bitcoin dominance will shoot back up, and you'll probably see the alts dip for a bit. This here has been quite insane. This whole move from the breakout, it's been a 20% move for Bitcoin. So that would have been a good trade. But it's been quite choppy. So just looking at CoinsKid again, you can see, if I refresh the page, you see that the alts are quite down in the past hour. Some of them are picking up a little bit, but Bitcoin's doing okay today. Binance coins flying, Cosmos, IOTA, and the DeFi projects are picking up quite well, PancakeSwap. But one project that I'm interested in, that I will be doing a video on shortly, is something called Polkstarter. So you see Polkstarter's doing okay. It's dipped a little bit in the last hour, but it's doing okay. And if you wanted to trade Polk Starter, you can trade it on any of these exchanges here. This is a ticker, so that's why you can trade Polk Starter. But it only has a market cap of 129 million, guys, and it's a DeFi exchange. It's an up-and-coming DeFi exchange. It has a very short supply cap, so it's a good project. So yeah, I'm expecting big things for Polka Starter. They're just looking across the board here. It's not too bad. It's just a bit of a dip. They always say buy the dip. Link's holding really well at 25.21. Uniswap's holding well. What we'd like to see is the whole market run with Bitcoin. That would be great. We're going to head over to the moonshot section. You can see that some of these moonshots have gone up a bit crazier. This one, STBU, Stobox token, 3.36 million market cap, trading at 10 cents, went up 30% in the last day. Some are down in the last day. This one's up crazy. Bund, $10.96, not even $1 million market cap. That's up 142%. So I wouldn't necessarily jump into that at the moment. I'd keep an eye on it. And looking at the hot section. So these are the current hot trending cryptos. You can see that Bondly's being shilled by loads of YouTubers. So that might have had its day. PancakeSwap's not doing too bad. Paid network, small cap, $52 million, trading at $3.13. We go to the markets, we can see exactly where we can trade that. It's currently trading on Uniswap. The only trouble with Uniswap, the fees are really high. So that could potentially be a bit of a rug pull. So just be careful, guys, using Uniswap and Ethereum, because you do get a lot of rug pulls. Lit, that's currently 22% up in the last hour, 102% up, so it's double money in the last day. Look at where you can trade Lit. So that's actually trading on Binance, 59 million volume. So that might be a call for today, Lit. Yeah, so look at it. Look at this, guys. So German prosecutors have confiscated more than $60 million worth of Bitcoin from a fraudster. There's only one problem: they can't unlock the money because he won't give them password. But that's the whole point behind Bitcoin. So he'll probably go into prison, do his time, come out and still have the money. One negative note, though, posted by the Binance CEO, is that Nigeria are banning the use of cryptocurrencies. Well, Nigeria is the second in the world for using it. Nigeria enforces severe sanctions on producers of horse carriages who do business with owners of automobiles. And how are they going to prohibit the people of Nigeria to transact in crypto? Are they going to go knocking on doors and check everyone's computer? Easily doable, given they only have over 200 million people to check. Ridiculous. So they're trying to ban crypto, guys, in Nigeria. So a bit of a negative thing, but never stopped us before. So this is an interesting read here. Steep and parabolic continuation looks like this. This is what happens if BT moves through the parabolic trend line and reclaims above the downtrend on the Bitcoin dominance. Well, we've already seen that it's bounced off key support in the Bitcoin dominance chart. With this option, you 100% only want to own the one king, the king. This means 190k cycle top by March. That's interesting. By March. That's... Remember, I was calling for a dip to the 20-week EMA. As BT moves up, that prediction looks increasingly wrong, currently close to definitely wrong, but the risk is always there. ETH futures on Monday. When you're buying, run the scenario in your head. Don't have weekends if buying. 190k in March is fast, but it shouldn't have the power to shock you. BTC doubling in 2 weeks has been seen many times, with a correction after it would take around 6 to 8 weeks to get to 190k from here at that speed. So this guy's got a target of 190k by the end of March, guys. That's mental. But looking at a chart, you can see why it's possible. Bitcoin does double and double and double. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash the like button and ring the bell. Yeah, hit the subscribe. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take it easy.